Welcome back to Solo Adventures! My name is Livy and I'm here yet again with another BGG Solitaire PnP contest game review. So today the game we're going to be taking a look at is Dungeons of Numera. This is a game where you have to use a number puzzle to navigate a dungeon. So as usual, if you're not interested in watching me play this game, you can feel free to skip to the end to hear my final thoughts. Otherwise, let's venture forth. Okay, so here we are, set up to play Dungeons of Numera. So all we need for this game is 3d6s and the map, of course, the Wandering Monsters sheet, and then off camera I also have the Random Encounters sheet. So every round that we play this game, first we start by rolling 3 dice. Now we need to take these 3 dice and chart our way through the dungeon in a specific order. So basically the rules for placing numbers is we can only put them in ascending order in the columns. So for example, I couldn't put a 5 here and a 2 here. It would have to be 1, 2, and then 5 if I wanted to use these 3 dice. So the ultimate object of this game is to make our way through the dungeons and pick up these 2 treasure chests. If we can do that and then score at least 10 points at the end, then we win. So as you can see here, we have these locked doors. And in order to open the locked doors, we need to first collect the keys. And to collect the keys, we need to draw numbers over them. So I could go straight for the exit, but I definitely want to have this key. So let's see what we can do here. So I'll start with 1. We can't place numbers diagonally. And you can't use the same number twice in the same row. Let's go 1, 2, 5, and I drew a number over the question mark, so that means that now we have a random encounter. So we roll 1d6, 5, and we add it to the number that we wrote here. So that means we have 10, a spiked ceiling. It says, simultaneously spikes appear from the ceiling, which begins to slowly descend. Roll 1d6. 3. If you match any number written in the current room, then you fill in 1 skull. So we rolled a 3 and we don't have any 3s yet, so we're okay. If we fill in all of these skulls, then we lose. And we usually only have to fill in a skull if we somehow can't place one of the dice that we've rolled. Or of course, if we have a random encounter that somehow damages us. So let's roll again and see if we can get this key. Ah, okay, so we have doubles. When you have doubles, that means that you have a wandering monster. So I have 2 3s. So we look over here at the 3 monster, which is the basilisk. And if we encounter it, we automatically defeat it, so we mark off one of these boxes. If we can mark off both of these boxes, then we get an item. In the case of the basilisk, it says that we get the Cloak of Deftness. When you roll all odd numbers, you can add +1 to a rolled die. So that's useful to help us manipulate the die as we move farther into the dungeon. So we rolled 2 3s, so we have the double, but now we still have the 5 that we need to place. And if we put the 5 here, we're not going to be able to get through this corridor, because the corridor has its own rules that are not related to the room, but all the numbers have to be in ascending order. So if I put 5 here, I would need to have a 6, and there's no other number that I could put here. So I can't put that there. I can't put the 5 here because there's already a 5 here. I could put a 5 here, but I have to be careful with the total sum of all of the numbers in this room. So we see here in the blue rooms, we have a maximum of 18. So right now we have 8, so we could have 10 more in this room. So I could place this 5, but I do have to be careful. I'll place it, and then let's roll again. 2, 4, 5. Well, we also have special abilities that we can use once each in this game. When we use the special ability, we have to cross it out. This one means that we can re-roll all of our dice. This one means we can add or subtract 1 to a die, and this one means that we can choose to use one of these abilities over again. But this will help us get through the corridor, so I guess I'm just going to do that. 2, 4, 5. And we can always dump numbers back in this room if we need to, or backtrack if we can. So 1, 1, 5. So with 2 1s we have a plague rat. And if we defeat it, we get the Boots of Celerity. So when you roll doubles, you can re-roll one of the dice before writing numbers, and that would be pretty useful. And we have a 5. So where should we put it? We can't put it here. We can't put it here. If we put it here, then we definitely need a 6 there, and that's tricky. I'm just going to take 1 damage and not use the 5. 1, 3, 5. Rolling so many 5s. So 1 is a very good number to step into a room. So how about we'll go 3 here, so we have 1 key. So we can unlock one of these 2 doors. We'll step into the room with a 1. And then we just need to place this 5. If I put it there, then I need a 6 to move there. Likewise here and there. So let's just put the 5 here because we don't have to necessarily worry so much about the placement there. But we do get a random encounter. So 5 and 5 is 10, so then we get the same thing all over again. The spiked ceiling, so we have to roll 1d6, and we got a 6, but we don't have a 6 in this room yet, so we don't have to take any damage. 1, 2, 3, very good. Or it would be, but I can't put a 1 here. See what our total is here. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We can only put 2 more in this room. Let's do this. We'll dump 1, 1 here. Oh, but can we? No, we cannot. Let's go 2, 3 here. And then what to do with this 1? Well, we can't place it anywhere, so I guess I'm just going to take it a damage. Five, 4, 1. So I could take this 4 and go over here, and we have another key. And I'm going to spend one of these keys to open the door, because we're going to have to go both directions at some point. So we open this door. And this equal sign means that all 3 of the numbers have to be the same number to go through this hallway. But we can't put the 5 here, or the 4. If we put the 5 here, this needs to be a 6. I am not rolling very well this game. Let's use our ability to re-roll all of our dice. Let's see if that'll help us. 2, 2, 4. So we do get a random encounter, and it is a giant scorpion. If we can encounter it one more time, then we get the Helm of Cognizance. When you roll all even numbers, you can subtract 1 to a rolled die. So that would be useful. So we don't have to spend these 2, but we have to put this 4 somewhere. Let's start heading through this corridor over on that side. So everything needs to be a 4, moving forward over there. Well, we have another 4, so that's good. Those 6s are pesky. Well, I could put a 6 here, because this doesn't matter, but let's make sure that we're still under budget. So we need to be under 30, and yeah, we're doing fine there. And we have another 4. and a 1. This means that none of the numbers can be the same, so I could stick a 1 in here. Let's do that. Ooh. First I have to spend the key though. So we don't have any keys, but we have these 2 doors open. And we'll put the 1 there. Three, 5, 6. Well, 5 and 6 will be fine here. And as for the 3, we can use this power to add or subtract 1. So now that's a 4. We can't get through this corridor though yet because we need another key, so we have to go this way first to get that key. 2 is an okay number to start with over here, so 2, 3, don't want to put a 5 there. Put the 5 here. So we have 26 here, so we can only have 4 more in this orange room. Double 6s. Troll Brute. This has 3 boxes, but if we can beat it, then we get the Sword of Vigor. If you would fill in more than 1 skull in your turn, then you fill in only 1 instead, so that's very useful. And we'll put the 4 here. Not too bad. 3, 4, 5. So let's spend the 5 here. And then we'll put the 4 there. We have another key. And the 3 can go here. So these numbers need to be descending. We have another key, so we can go through this way. So in order to get to this room, we have to put a number on the stair. This is basically either upstairs or downstairs, so we have to get there first. I can step in with a 2, and then we'll go 6, 4. Double 5s. Orc Enforcer. We're seeing all kinds of monsters here. If we can beat him, we get the Amulet of Awe. After rolling for an encounter, you can choose to re-roll the die, but you must accept the new result. So that would be good. And then we have a 4. Oh, we already placed that. Double 4s, a Goblin Cutpurse, another new monster. We could get the Gloves of Knack. When you roll numbers in sequence, you can write 2 numbers instead of all 3. So that's nice. We have this 1. Let's go 1. Double 6s, Troll Brute again, and another 1. So we can just put the 1 here. Six, 5, 1. We could put the 5 there. Then we have a key which we can use to unlock this. And then we can step into this room with the 6. And let's roll for a random encounter. 5 and 6 is 11, the Clockwork Construct. You hear the noise of a ticking clock, seemingly coming from every direction. Roll 2d6. 3. If you roll greater than or equal to the current hour in a 12-hour system, ooh, clever, it's our real world time. It's about 10 a.m. here. If you roll lower, you can erase up to 2 numbers. Very good. So I can erase up to 2 numbers. Anywhere in the dungeon. That's cool. Let's get rid of this 5 over here. And maybe this 4 over here. Oh, I forgot to check. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We have to be careful. With just 3 more, we fill up this room. Okay. 6, 3, 1. Now the score that we get from the treasure chest is the same as the number we write on it. We can only have, oh no, we can only have a maximum of 9 in this little purple room. Okay, this will be tricky. So I will spend the 1 then, over here. This has to be a 2. So I am going to use the ability again and do the ±1. So this, I'll turn the 3 into a 2. And that treasure chest is only worth 2 points. But at least we got it. If we can score 10 total points, then we still win. So we have 9 exactly there. And we get extra points if we can fill up the room to its exact capacity. And I think I still have a 1 and a 6. I can dump the 6 here, because we don't really need to go up there. And I'll put the 1 here. Triple 2s. So that means that we defeat the giant scorpion finally, and we have the Helm of Cognizance. When you roll all even numbers, you can subtract -1 to a rolled one, or to a rolled die. So that'll be really good going forward, but we still have to deal with this 2. I don't think we can use the item right away. Could be wrong though. Let's stick the other 2 here. Six, 5, 3. So we can go 3, 5, 6, and let's make sure that we are under budget. 12, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, so we have 27. And these 2 rooms added together have to be under 42. Let's go 5. Oh, we rolled double 5s. So that's another Orc Enforcer. Two, where to put this 2? I don't think I can put it anywhere. So I will just take damage. Double 3s, we have the Basilisk. So we have the Cloak of Deftness. When we roll all odd numbers, you can add +1 to a rolled die. Very good. And we have another 1. Ooh, I made a mistake earlier here. I couldn't put the 2 there. It has to be in ascending order, so where should I have put the 2? Oh, we'll put it there then. I still have to deal with this 1. Put it there, I guess? 6, 3, 1. So many 1s. We'll put the 6 here. 3, 1. Okay, so that wouldn't be very valuable. But let's make sure that we're still under budget for these rooms. So we have 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we have a total of 38 here, so we're okay. Let's make sure that we are not over budget for any of these rooms. 21 on the green. 14 in blue. $23. So let's get into the final scoring. After the final treasure chest has been collected, then you score points equal to the value written on each treasure chest. So I got 2 and 1 for my treasure chests. So if I manage to write numbers in a room whose sum equals that point's number, you score 1 point for each square filled in that room. So I score an additional 3 points for this purple room. And that's it. And you get 1 point for each monster box you crossed out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that gives us a total of 16. But then we have to subtract 1 point for every skull that we used. So minus 3, that's 13. So we win. Okay, we technically win, but it's not a great victory. It says, if you can score over 10 points in the first dungeon, you're on the right path, but try harder to get a score greater than or equal to 26. So we are not anywhere near there. If you manage to get a perfect score of 52 points, then you are a true math wizard. So we still have some work to do if we want to be math wizards. But in any case, what are my thoughts on this game? Let's talk about it. So as usual, I'm going to start off by talking about the build for this game. And in the case of this game, it is extremely simple. You really only need 3 sheets of paper. I believe there's a low ink version of this as well if you want to give it a try before you make a fancy laminated version. But in general, this is a very quick, very simple, practically instant build. The way this game looks on the table is pretty nice. I like the sort of rainbow of colors that the rooms come in. The really great artwork, however, is on the Wandering Monsters sheet, where you get these really lovely black and white classic OSR type monster drawings, and they're extremely charming and really nostalgic. So what did I like about this game? Aside from the theme, because I'm always down for a good dungeon crawl, I like that this is a number puzzle that kind of makes me think of Sudoku. It's a very unusual sort of way to navigate around a dungeon, and I wasn't sure it would work so well at first, but actually it comes rather naturally after some time. The puzzle of where to place your numbers and when to use your special abilities is really fun and really engaging. But also, of course, there are elements of luck in this game, and so skill isn't going to be enough. If you can roll a lot of doubles, you're definitely going to be in better shape, because the magical items can really do a lot to help you score big in this game. I like that this game is fun and simple to learn, and you can play it rather quickly. I also enjoy that the difficulty seems to be just about right. It's challenging enough to just get your way through the dungeon, but it's even harder to get a high score, and I can't even imagine what it would take to get a perfect score of 52. I can't really think of a lot of criticism for this game, except that maybe you don't really get to interact too much with the wandering monsters or with the random events, because the random events are really just random things that happen to you. And the wandering monsters you automatically defeat. Maybe it would have been better if there was some kind of a combat mechanic or something, but as it is right now, it's perfectly fine. And of course, if you're somebody who can't stand luck, you might want to stay away from this game, because this is, after all, a dice game, and is therefore susceptible to the same problem that all dice games have, in that luck will make or break you in the end. So all in all, I recommend that you give Dungeons of Numera a try. I had a really enjoyable time with it, and I like how quick and easy and fast it is to play. I had such a good time navigating this dungeon that I really hope that there's maybe a sequel or 2 in the works. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, then please subscribe, and if you'd like to help support the channel, you can check out my Patreon. You can also check out the Facebook group for all things solo gaming. So until next time, stay adventurous.